shower, yeah. You gotta have a bit of water about it.
Leave the wellies on.
Yeah, you might do in a minute. Back on this one today. I've just pressurised everything up. I've just linked my hot and colds together, and we've got a leak. I don't know what's gone wrong with it. I have actually just pulled it off a little bit, whether I've dislodged the O-ring. I'll just crack my hot into a bucket. What I always do go around and do first is make sure I've got cold on the right everywhere, particularly on the showers. It is quite critical, showers and toilets. We'll get rid of the pressure on the hot anyway into that bucket, and we'll just have a look what's gone wrong there. Can't even blame the apprentice on this one. That's why I like to get everything pressurised up before everything's plastered. Some people do it with air, I like to just do it with water. I've got a gauge on down here as well. Apparently the mains water pressure is extremely high as well, so I'll open that up on there in a minute once we've got this leak fixed and see what pressure we've actually got in the main. It'll be installed wherever this. I don't know what I've done. Oh, we knackered the O-ring in it. Has it got an O-ring in it? The O-ring's all squished out of shape, look.
Are we having a shower?
Yeah, having a shower, yeah. You gotta have a bit of water about
Leave
it.
the wellies on.
Yeah, you might do in a minute.
Only a bit of water.
It's only a bit of water. I won't worry, mate. Right, let's get the water back on. Let's open that one up. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'll shut that first, shall I? Oh, my torch has gone flat. It's all going wrong. We're at 5 bar pressure on this main, or just over 5 bar. So I'm just going to leave it at that while I'm lagging all the pipes, and we can check it. We're going to leave this connected while the plastering. We're not plastering it while another month yet. So yeah, I've just got all this lag now. As I say, everything's up to pressure. Everything's piped up cold on the right, as it should be. So yeah, hopefully no more leaks. If that's the only one we get, we'll be fairly lucky. I don't know what went wrong with that one, but it is what it is. It's only a bit of water in it. That's all their pipe ones. Theirs is all added up now. Mine are the 22 speed fit that side. And they've ran 35 to here on the heating and across. To be fair, mine doesn't look too bad. You just can't keep it as straight as the copper pipe work. But theirs is really neat. Even all the lagging and everything's perfect. That's their flow returns coming down. So they've took 35 across. And then my hot and colds just drop out here. Yeah, it's neat work. I'm just going around fitting outside taps as well, making sure they're all sleeved. Chipping a little bit out the stone so the actual back plate sits flat. It just looks a little bit neater. And what I'll do is I'll pop a little bead of silicone around the back there as well, just so they get no water ingress. So nice steady day today. Living the dream. This is having a removable like toilet box in. It's going to have like an oak shelf that you can lift up and access all the gubbins for the system and everything in here. So what we've said is we'll come in, we'll put a lever valve and a double check valve for that outside tap. So I'm probably going to get that connected up now and just leave myself a service valve off for the toilet system at least. That way you'll be able to knock it off and get to it in winter. You can't use... You can get them check valves, outside taps with the check valves built in, but they're not suitable for new installations. You can only do them on a replacement, so you must have a double check valve within the thermal envelope of the building. So just screw that into our back plate we've just put on, and then that'll go somewhere there. That's got that one sorted. I've used brass screws as well, they just look a little bit better. I'll leave that switched off, we'll get it connected up. Drain it back down again. See why I use service valves at the bottom, it just makes it easier. I have put a drain off tap on there so I can put that straight down the hose to get rid of most of the water, but it's just on the drop. Put 1 or 2 service valves in on your first fix. I'm just sealing around the inside as well, just for the air test. Any little hole, and it can suck the air out of the building, it can fail the air test, so just pop a little bit of sealant in there. That should be okay. That should be alright. Looks good to me. I'm just going around connecting all the soils in now as well. I'd already drilled all the holes, but I just couldn't get the verticals in because the drains weren't in. It's somewhat out here, it's the hottest day of the year. Must be 33, 34 degrees. Not a bad view, is it? Better than looking at this saw pipe anyway. We're getting there with it. A couple of clips on it, make sure it's nice and level. As I say, I'd already cored the holes and everything and set these up. It was just a case of waiting for the drains to go in. Yeah, we'll get sorted. That's got that one all dropped in. It says it's red hot out here, so I'm not filming much. I just want to get it done. It looks alright. Just setting these shower trays up, making sure they're okay today on this job. This is where we did all the first fix. I dropped these wastes in and we had the shower trays on site, so they've ended. Perfect for us, as you can see. So what I'm going to do is get these bedded on sand and cement. I've got 4 to do. To be fair, the other plumbers who were doing the air source have been in and they've made a fantastic job. Probably better than I could do with all the heating. I'll show you some of it. The soldering and everything is fantastic. So fair play to them. My soldering's okay. And I did my hot and cold and speed fit because that's just what we agreed on site. But I kind of wish I'd done them in copper now. I know it'd been a lot more money than that. You don't necessarily get any more for the property, but they've made a fantastic job, so credit where credit's due. Everything is perfect. The reason we bed these trays on sand and cement is because it's in the manufacturer's instructions, and these are hollow underneath slightly, so if you just put blobs of silicone you'd have to go there, but manufacturer's instructions say it's sand and cement, so that's what we're using. I've done them both ways, not had an issue with either, but sand and cement probably is the better way of doing it. I mean, you can argue you can get the lead kits and then it only sits there and there, but we'll do it to manufacturer's instructions and then we can't be wrong. Look how good that mix is, look. I didn't mix it, the builder mixed it. I said I'd put him on my YouTube, but I appreciate that. Saves me mixing it in a bucket. Perfect, we'll get that bedded on now. I think most plumbers will pop a little bit of insurance policy on top of their washer. It's important you don't get any sand and cement in your threads because then it makes it an absolute nightmare to tighten up. And don't silicone both sides of that washer because as you tighten it up it'll slip out. We're lucky on this one because the ceilings aren't up yet. But yeah, we can just drop the tray on this. We've got a nice even bed of sand and cement. Now the only thing we've got to watch is that it's dead level on all corners. That's about absolutely bang on. I've set it off 12.5mm for the plasterboard. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. That is. Oh, that's perfect. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Yeah, you're not going to get any better than that. I always just pop a little bit of silicone under there as well. Make sure your threads are clean and you can just screw this in. Let's see if this one jumps. I only did it hand tight and the other one was jumping. That one's perfect. Maybe I crossed it. If I'm not happy with something though, I will always change it because it'll only come back and bite you. Trust me. That one's perfect. As I say, the other one I tightened up, and he kept jumping. I will take them crown bits off, but that's how they go. The other two I've got to do are on the solid floors downstairs. Yeah, that's fine. Like I said, I tightened the other one up and it just kept click, click, click. No, I'm not leaving that. It will come back and bite you. This waste is going to be perfect for us as well. So this one's on a solid floor, so it's just a case of bedding in exactly the same, making sure the tray's level. And yeah, what they do on these is the reason he likes to get the trays in first is to make sure everything fits and everything's square. What the joiner does, he'll make a platform over the top of this so the plasterers can still put the steps and everything on. It's just how they do it on these sites, which I think is a good way, because you don't get issues where you can't get your tray in. Like that one next door, it's in a recess, so it's easier to drop it in before it's plastered, otherwise you work into fixed points. Just try and get it fairly even, so it's a nice thin base. Again, I always silicone on top. It's not bad at that, in fact it's perfect. Oh, that's absolutely bang on. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. You can see it's perfect. So just get the waste made in. Yeah, bang on. That's the one good thing when you bed them on sand and cement, you've got a little bit of tamp. That's it. One last check to make sure nothing's moved. I would say, yeah, bang on. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. This one in here, you would struggle to get the tray in after it's plastered because the tray's tight. It just makes life so much easier, I think. So we'll get this waste set up and exactly the same, just get this one bedded in. You can see I did all my first fix. They've come and put all their heating pipes in now. They've done all theirs in copper. They've actually made a really nice job of it. Mine's not too bad. I think that speaks copper anyway on mine, but yeah, vents and everything are really nice on theirs. Where Speedfit you can't get it, can you? It looks alright. He's just going around lagging his stuff up. I need to retake that bit there. Just having to jiggle this one around. I brought this one up on a sweat bend, so I just had to cut it back in those 245s. I tend not to use knuckle bends on my first fix. This tray was too heavy to carry in on there when I did my first fix, so I kind of just brought the waste pipe in the right place. I knew I'd be able to get over it. We want it 150. It's going to be bang on. Bang on. Put them in with a little twist. Now you want your red thing, your slip washer and your rubber washer. And then your trap. Make sure it's nice and tight. Beautiful. Right, so that's got them all bedded in dead level. We've got a few other bits to finish off today. We've got some outside taps and some saw pipes and stuff to finish. But yeah, they should be perfect. I think I'm going to wrap this video up there. Probably a little bit shorter than my normal ones, but I've not had a lot of time the last couple of weeks. I've worked the last couple of Saturdays, and yeah, it's just been really busy. And obviously the YouTube has to come second, my work always comes first. So yeah, I do actually have hours of footage, not necessarily this job, just in jobs in general. It's just a case of trying to find time to edit them into some sort of video for you guys. But yeah, if you are enjoying this series so far, hit the like button. If you're not, hit the dislike button. Subscribe if you're new, and we'll catch you all on the next. Thank you so much for watching.